Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to the American Legendary campaign, where things are going okay. We're building some ships for Brazil right now, but otherwise things very, very peaceful. Our economy is growing nicely. We're now at 60, just under 64 billion, which means we pretty much passed the other smaller nations. Spain is basically out of the game, but we passed Japan and the Soviets and the Chinese, which means we're now kind of in the mid-tier with Italy and Austria, and they also have very high growth rates. So we're gonna have to keep expanding, keep going, keep building. I have got two priorities down at the moment because I want all three of these techs. So this is turbines, this is the Dreadnought hull, this is Krupp 1 armor, all of which I think are quite important for us for building our first Dreadnought. So our first Dreadnought we will get under construction in 21 months. So we're going to be a little bit behind, historically speaking, but I don't think we're actually going to be behind the USA, necessarily, historically. I'm not actually sure when they launched their first Dreadnought, but we'll try our best. But yeah, it doesn't look like there are any wars coming up. There might be some new designs coming up. Yeah, we're getting semi-armoured Cruiser 3 and 4 very soon. They might be worth a look, seeing as we have no protected cruisers at all. We might get a Destroyer 2 at some point as well, but otherwise that's the plan. I was trying something, because we don't own Pearl Harbor at the moment, so I thought, if I put some ships next to it, I might generate a mission, and I did, but not the mission I was expecting. It wants me to go and take Kiribati, but we can go and do that. There should be no issues with that at all. Yeah, otherwise things seem relatively quiet. I don't even know if there are any wars going on right now. Nope. No wars. A time of peace and prosperity. How's the economy doing now? That's 68. So we are going. We are definitely going. 13 months away from completing the research we need. Yeah, otherwise, pretty quiet. Okay, we get another conquest mission, this time on Haiti, which, again, shouldn't be too much of an issue. It does give us a land border with the UK, which is kind of amusing. But, yeah, this one... Yeah, 100%. So yeah, nice to get a couple of colonial conquest missions. They're not particularly high value provinces, but they will certainly help. Okay, welcome back. It's now July of 1906. Our technology has advanced to behind. Yay. Yeah, everyone else is pretty much... yeah, we are definitely behind. Everyone else is either advanced, very advanced. Only Japan is average. To be fair, though, the smaller economies than us, behind, very behind, very behind. So, yeah, it's getting there. It looks like Spain might want another go. Spain has re-expanded their colonial empire into Africa. It'd be absolutely hilarious to rock up and take that. Why not? We could, in fact, probably take all of Spain if we wanted to at this point. But that is not the point. The point is we now have a load of cool technology, which means that we can design a brand new class of ship. The question is, do we use this hull or this one? Now, we've already used this hull, basically, I know it's not exactly the same, but this is essentially the hull that the Oklahomas were built on. So I don't really want to use this one. I want to use this one, the experimental Dreadnought 1. Now, like with most US hulls, it is far too fat and chunky for its own good. So I'm going to reduce the beam and the draft to actually make it a little bit more sensibly proportioned. But we're gonna go for 21,000 tons. So significantly bigger than the Oklahomas. Now, tower-wise, we do have the shortened cage mast. However, I think this will mark a transition from the cage mast era to a different type of tower technology. Also give us a really nice visual distinction between our dreadnoughts and our... Oh, no, it won't, because I don't have an option for the secondary tower. Okay, it's a half and half. There you go. They really didn't want to get rid of the cage tower. So there's half a cage tower. So this one's regular, and then this one is a cage mast. Okay. Funnel plus what? Aiming speed boost. Oh, that's pretty nifty. Get 2 of those. Wow, it looks like a little village on top of this ship. Okie dokie. We're going to stick with our 12-inch Mark II. Tried and tested weapon. And we can fit 8 of them, which is a bit different. We're again going to reduce them down to 45, so they actually have a sensible rate of fire. Right, casement guns. Kind of like we could go 5s. We could go 6. Let's go 6. And then 3s, because that's our best. We now have Mark III 3 inches, which is pretty jazzy. Yeah, we can mount a fair... What? Yeah. We can mount a fair few of these 3-inch guns as a tertiary battery, I suppose this would be. Oh. Odd. Now I'll take these ones off then. But there we go. That gives us a good amount of firepower. It gives us 12 6-inch guns and 12 twin 3-inch guns to throw a lot of firepower downrange. I want these to be not as long as possible. Let's go for 45s on everything. Cool. I don't think we need the protective torpedo launchers anymore. I think we can ditch that part of the design. Okay. So, how fast can this thing go? 21 knots. Spicy stuff. Powered by a brand new steam turbine. Steering. Bit 3. Double bottom hull. Let's go standard. Let's stick with the base fuse and the capped. I prefer TNT. Advanced hydraulics, enhanced gun reload, and a radio. Nice. My only concern is displacement. Right. These things are... Actually, no, because our armor quality's gone up. Now 105. 104, close enough. Yeah, so I think a 12-inch belt is actually probably fine, because we've got that higher quality armour. Actually, you could probably go way down on the deck armour. We don't take that many deck hits at the moment. Inner belt, let's go for 3, take 5, and then turrets 14, 3, 12. 3-inch guns, casement, armour, 3% overweight. It's probably because we're still running coal. Be a big plus when we get access to oil. We don't have that yet. So we'll lose a pipper range and we'll have the Kentucky. A surprisingly easy to build half and half ship. You can definitely see the pre-Dreadnought lineage in that cage mast. But she's definitely a Dreadnought. 8 12-inch guns. Pretty decent. All of which can fire broadside. Pretty decent for a ship of this era. She's reasonably fast. She's reasonably well protected. Definitely a step up from our existing fleet. Yes. Right. Now, let me see how many of these I can build. Right. I decided to build 9 of the Kentuckys. There we go. So, what I need to do now is to move all of our pre-dreadnoughts together somewhere. Probably somewhere with a reasonable port capacity. I could always just pop them on the west coast, I suppose. Because a lot of them are already there. Yeah, if I put like some of them in San Francisco and put the rest in Seattle and San Diego, and then I put all the dreadnoughts on the east coast, that'll be fine. So we'll build them all out of Norfolk. But I'll move all of our pre-dreadnoughts over. Philly's got some, Norfolk has some. No. Okay, perfect. And they can be stationed here. I might forward deploy them to the Philippines or something like that, potentially. But I would also like to refit them when I have a bit of spare capacity. So once the Kentuckys are finished, I will probably refit the pre-dreadnoughts to have the dreadnought techs. But now's the time where it's like, so much building that I need to do. Because basically everything needs a refit. And I could really do with some good light cruisers, but I really just don't have access to anything decent, annoyingly. Anyway, I'm going to get back to that, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, the new dreadnoughts are finished and commissioning, although I do need to split them up. That's very, very nice. And that means we can get basically all the rest of our ships refitted. We don't have any Delawares anymore, I don't think. No, they're all got sold. So Delaware Design can go. Shame, but needed. So yes, the Dallas, the S-Class, the New Hampshire, the Braintrees, the St. Louis, the Truxtons, the Minnesotas, and the Oklahomas, all of them need to be refitted. So we'll just go Actually, no, let's go bottom to top. Let's do the Oklahomas first. I know that might seem weird, but I'd rather do my biggest ship first. So, let's get rid of these single threes. That's because that's all would fit. Yeah, those guns no longer work. That's a shame. But we can keep that. Still no option on fuel, but going to turbines should help significantly. All the improved armor, improved anti-torp, top bottom hull, better anti-flood. Oh, we've got Dunite. It's an American thing, although I really don't like it. So I'm going to stick with TNT. 18-inch torps. Still don't have coincidence 2, which is hilarious. We're going to reduce the range a bit though, because we've got a ton of range back from being a turbine powered ship. Okay, very, very good. Next. All right, Minnesota's next. Also can have turbines. Nickel steel to Krupp is a big change. There we go. No need to change anything else. That's quite nice. No, can't do that. Not until we get the old oil. And I know all the gun lengths are all a mishmash of different things on these early ships. Sorry, I'm not prepared to go through and edit them all. It's just whatever the default is. Right, next. Okay, now the Truxtons. Same basic deal. Probably go natural boilers on you. But yeah, the enhanced survivability makes a big, big difference. That's mainly what we're enhancing here. But yeah, those better engines will help a lot as well. Just make them better able to get into combat. Right, next. Alright, the St. Louis. They're up next. Again, should be a fairly straightforward set of upgrades. Though this one has a lot of weight returned to it. I'm going to put it into range initially. 97's fine. And a little bit of speed. So now these things will be able to keep up with the new Dreadnoughts, which is absolutely perfect. Yes, lovely stuff. Although they're still paper thin and I'm not really convinced of them as a solid design. They'll have to do for now. Next. Next are our destroyers, the Braintrees. Hawk's Petrol. Turbine is going to massively affect them. So much so we could potentially remove a funnel, but I kind of like having a quad stack. Particularly on an American destroyer. Can definitely make them more survivable. Bigger torpedoes. And give them a radio. Do we have twin launchers? Yes! Okay, let's get rid of the 2 singles. Replace it with a single twin. And use that extra displacement to give them What do you mean it's too far from the previous place? It is a new gun. I'm not moving this one. Okay. Fuck you. Fine, you're getting 4 torpedoes on the back, which means we can retire the S-class torpedo boats. I think I will do that, actually. Because, yeah, now the S-class isn't really giving us much. No, I can't up the range any. That's really weird that I can't add a gun at the back. Oh well. The mysteries of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Next! Right, next up, New Hampshire's. Oh, okay. I guess those don't fit anymore. Just take them off, it's easier. Turbines, naturals? Yeah. All protection enhancement. TNT. Bigger torps and a radio. Yeah, seems decent actually for them. Can't do that. Yeah, fine. No complaints. Next. Lastly, we have the Dallas class. Turbines. Bit of steering for them as well. Let's take off those guns. Can't. Wow, these really were using older tech. Lovely stuff. The engine efficiency is still a bit rubbish, but we can get their range up a little bit to make them a little bit more useful. And there we go. I think that's all the refits I'm going to do. So I'll wait for those to complete and I'll let you know how it all goes. Okay, all refits completed. All ships constructed. Now, we can start planning what we want to do next. Ah, the large armoured cruiser. Perfect. Okay, that's what we'll look to do as well. And we're going to get the destroyer too. By the way, if you want a named destroyer, it's only a monetary unit a month. And it will carry over into other campaigns as well. Yeah, you can choose something else in the next campaign. But yeah, if you haven't seen, some of the ships have the USS prefix and a number. That means that they have been named by a channel member at the Destroyer Captain level or a YouTube Patreon at the Initiate level. And then there's higher levels for higher level ships, which I haven't gotten to yet because I don't want to name a ship after someone and then scrap it. That seems unfair. Unless you insist you want an old ship, that's fine too. So yeah, it's again pretty quiet. Economy is sitting just under 100 billion, which again puts us about half of Italy and Austria, and way behind the bigger nations, but ahead of China, Japan, the Soviets, and Spain, which is absolutely fine. It looks like war with Spain is on the way, and potentially war with Hungary. Hungary has a lot of ships, but not a lot of capital ships. Spain has a reasonably sized fleet, actually. But given the size of their economy, I'm really not sure how good any of this is. We finally have 100% army logistics, which is actually notable because only the big economies have that. So we can take people on land as well. We've got loads of spare money as well for building some more cruisers and stuff. So looking decent. I don't know which is going to come first, cruisers or war, but we shall see. Cruisers first. Okay, the large armoured cruiser. Perfect. Yes, you can have S5. How many of those have we sold? Okay, there's still plenty of them for sale. We can always reactivate them if we need them. So, this could possibly be a replacement for the Dallas, but more likely is going to be a supplement to the Dallas. We also have the St. Louis, but they're basically our light cruisers. So, let's hop into the designer. What? It said I unlocked large armor cruiser, but then it's not there. I hate it when the game does that. Let me figure out. There'll be another tech that I have to unlock to actually get it, which is very stupid. Let me figure that out. In the meantime, I'm going to go expand the shipyard because I have the spare money to do it. Well, there was me thinking it was going to be cruisers. It is, in fact, war. War with Spain. Okay. We can do war with Spain. No, stop asking for the new ones. You can have the old ones that we don't want. Right, none of these ports are particularly enormous. No, they're not. The Dreadnought should be able to handle this, I would hope. So, we're going to head down to Equatorial Guinea, first of all. I'm only going to send one squadron, though. I'm going to leave the squadron in Norfolk active because I'm wondering if the Spanish are going to do what they did last time. So where's Norfolk? Norfolk. All the ships in Norfolk I'm going to put on sea control, so that if the Spanish do try and do something silly, then we can respond. I might want a bit more invasion power. How big is the fleet that we're sending? 100,000 tons against 20 should be okay, but if it's not, I will activate some of the pre-dreadnoughts and send them over as well. But I'd rather not spend the money. Because we can keep our tech budget full the entire time. If we do take their African colonies, then, I mean, they don't have much left. But we can take the Balearic Islands, which is a fantastic jumping off point to attack. Well, it's really handy for America to have a little island in the Med. Or we can try and go for taking all of Spain. I will have to build all my ships over to do that, of course. The other option is to start moving the pre-dreadnoughts over there. No, we'll find it limited. They're a little minnow over country at the moment. We should be okay. or the Austrians could also declare war. That makes things a little bit more interesting. I think our strategy should be the same, more or less. Whoa, why am I suddenly losing a ton of money? Genuinely, what the hell? What? Am I going mad? It wasn't like that before. Okay. Right, well, let's cut this back again. I have no idea where it suddenly went so negative. Wasn't aware that I was suddenly spending a ton of money on something I wasn't before. I was already doing this expansion, which I could cancel if I need to. That's very weird. No action though. I will be back when there is some action. But in terms of fighting against Austria-Hungary, they don't have any colonies, so it's just a case of parking a fleet over here and blockading them. So we need to take out Spain first anyway. Alright, we have the Destroyer 2, which I do actually want to start constructing, if we can. I just don't understand what's going on with the money. Equatorial Guinea, yes. Like, why am I suddenly losing money? I mean, it could be in the fleet maintenance, but fuel? We are spending a lot on fuel. It's just a bit bizarre. Anyway, okay. That always goes down mysteriously during wartime. It's really annoying. And I checked. We haven't lost any transports. Yes, we should probably get some more destroyers on the go. Destroyer 2s. Still no sign of that large armoured cruiser. I can't... I might wait, actually, till I can build them a little bit bigger. Because they go up to 1,500 tons, which would be a significant upgrade over the destroyer ones, which are, like, tiny. They're 850. And doing it full minimum displacement, I'd rather have the options. So we'll wait for a couple more destroyer techs to come along before we build another one. We're not in desperate need of more destroyers right now. When we are going to need them is after we finish invading Equatorial Guinea. So that's what I'm going to get on with doing. Oh, geez, and we get a Dreadnought 2 at the same time. Oh, my goodness. So many things I want to be doing, but weirdly, for a US campaign, I feel like I'm limited by money. 100% chance to invade there. That's fantastic. I do want to have a look at that Dreadnought 2 hull. Again, there's no rush. Oh, yeah, this one. I think this should wait until we have the 14-inch Mark II. Because these things can be pretty big, can't they? Yeah, 28,000 tons. They're a bit weird. They have this, like, super long tail section. But they do come with a cage master. Interesting. Just having a little look at what you can do with them. Can you put guns up here? You can, but they don't shoot. Okay, so this area up here is not particularly helpful. All right. Sure. Yeah, that's for when we have the 14-inch Mark II. I think we can go for a super dreadnought rather than the kind of 12-inch armed first generations dreadnoughts. Because we really are tight on money, so it's like, do we need that ship right now? No. Well, we're better off waiting then. Okay, no sign of any actual attempt to stop me, so yeah, where's the Spanish fleet? Oh, hello. The Austrians are coming to play. All right, let's put the ships in Boston and Portland on sea control as well. Oh, Cambridge is already on sea control. Oh, wait, a lot of ships are randomly on sea control. That's why it's expensive. Okay, I didn't do that. Roll. Yeah, I don't mind everyone being on in being, but there's some of the mothballed ships have switched themselves to weird stuff. Right, all of you defend. Right. Yeah, back to invading. Okay, certainly getting some combat. Quite why my battleships are just ignoring this threat, I have no idea. But we've got a Ricardus-class battleship coming in, and not really too much to use against it. Unless, of course, we use the USS Seagull, the Drunken Seagull. Yes, absolutely, we'll try and do that. Welcome to America. Try and get some torpedoes into it. Because I think we should be able to deal with the light cruiser just fine. But we don't want to charge in immediately. I want to wait for physics to load up for a start. Yeah, you focus on taking out that light cruiser. You're gonna go torpedo. Ow! Or St. Louis is gonna get immediately destroyed by its insanely accurate firepower. Well, that isn't good. Yeah, she's just flat gone. Bloody hell. Might want to smoke hit. You might want to launch. Might want to launch now. One set away. Second launcher is not. There we go. Get out, get out, get out. Wow, where's that one going? Should really have a look at you, shouldn't I? Oh, it's a battle hexagon. Okay. Yeah, it's not particularly well armoured. Yeah, one of our battleships can easily take this thing out. Mess with the torps as well. Poor. Very poor on my part. Well, they're just going to murder the transports, I assume. Transports don't have anything in the way of armaments, so I'm just going to skip to the end, if that's alright. Of course, if you hit leave, it doesn't calculate victory points. It will actually do that. It'll do it on the... it'll do it when we go back to the battles, back to the regular screen. But there was no point me just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, not able to do anything. Yeah, I don't know why our battleships aren't doing anything. Yeah, that's very irritating. Although, what? Medium damage and sunk? What? What the hell? Okay. Well, we need a new drunken seagull. What? They're trying to invade? Piss off. Right, so apparently we need to put a ship into New York. Let's move the Nebraska. Are there any other ship ports they can hit? Boston has some stuff in it, doesn't it? And then we should just make sure that they don't get this off by moving a couple of battleships into it. That should instantly make it fail. Also means we should be able to engage this battleship here. Also going to need to replace the USS Drunken Seagull. This is going to be DD. Well, technically it's not 5, is it? It's 9. Seagull 2. There we go. Sure. Right, let's see if we can engage that battleship, because I'm kind of pissed off with it. I'm going to do this live. You can see what ending the turn is actually like. Where it's just like... One of the things that I really don't like about Dreadnought is how the mission generation system works. So often it's just the AI that gets to decide if a mission is going to happen or not. We don't negotiate with the enemy. Oh, it did! Perfect. Oh, it's not even the fleet I was going after. It's a big old fleet of Austrians. Well, I'm going to leave that as a cliffhanger because I can. Louisiana and Tennessee, 2 Kentuckys against another one of those Ricardos. I should be able to blow that up easily. A bunch of, although it's very accurate, a bunch of Feldkirch class heavy cruisers, a ton of light cruisers and destroyers and torpedo boats, which are probably all out of fuel. But that will be for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Apple Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.